What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes podcast on our YouTube channel with my guy Jacoby on a trade deadline special edition of this podcast. Jacoby has a lot to talk about today. He's been circling this day. He's been excited for this day, and Greer let him down. Jacoby, how are you doing, man? Talk to me.
Second time in a row this year that Greer lets me down, first in the offseason and now that the trade deadline, man. I'm really frustrated. I've had a lot of Finns fans come at me saying, like, we haven't seen this team fully healthy. We don't need a trade. Like, no. Like that. I'm like, you're missing Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, he comes back, but this team still has a bunch of gaping holes that are just very concerning. And honestly, my expectations for the postseason have lowered, but who knows? They can always prove me wrong, but I'm just really frustrated. I think it's a careless moment by Greer, but the show must go on. Chiefs week, and I'm ready for it, so let's do it.
No, but we gotta touch on that a little bit more because
Yeah.
you've been talking about it, and I was along the fences where, I was like, hey, Ramsey was our big addition. Maybe we don't need something because that is our prize. But then you kind of started making me buy in a little bit. I started talking about, we mentioned Aaron Donald in here, Brian Burns, and then I'm like, you know what? If this team proves that they can go all the way and they're a contender, which I believe they have. I mean, going 6-2 through the first 8 games, at some point you're like, yo, we got to go all the hell in, man. And then you saw a lot of the deals that were done today. The big one being Chase Young going to the 49ers, which is freaking crazy. I want to get your thoughts on that in a second. But what were you looking for the Dolphins to add? Seeing all of those names that, were on the trading block that ended up staying or ended up moving, like who would you have liked to see realistically on this Miami Dolphins team?
Chase Young, man, I told you a few weeks ago, I said you can, if the Commanders continue to lose and they decide to blow it up, you go and get Chase Young, dude. You add him to the pass rush, man, when Chubb and Phillips haven't had the seasons we've been hoping. Chubb's been turning it up lately, I'll give him that, but Phillips is still nowhere to be found, in my opinion. You go out and get Chase Young for a third-round pick, barely anything with the Niners paid for him. You got to get in on that, man. It's so frustrating. Like, you look at all these Super Bowl teams, man. The ones that win have an elite pass rush game, man. So it's very frustrating that Greer didn't get in on it. And I can live without getting a pass rusher, but this O-line is crippled to hell, and you still didn't go out and get any depth. Look at the Vikings guard. Forgot his name on the top of my head, but he went for barely anything either. Like, 3 out of 5 linemen are hurt. I don't have faith in Armstead finishing out the year healthy, and wins out for multiple weeks. Like, it's ridiculous. It's careless. I don't care if you're 6-2. Look what Philly did to us.
Yeah.
Put every lineman on their ass, dude. So it's very frustrating that Greer did not get and make any moves.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%, man. And it's, it's because of what we view this team as. Our goal is to go into the Super Bowl, hopefully win the Super Bowl. We believe that we are contenders. And when you believe that, you got to make the moves necessary, especially at the deadline. Make a piece, even if it's a little piece, even if it's depth in the offensive line, like you mentioned, man. Like, it's crucial. You see all these other teams. Hell, the 49ers, they believe they have a Super Bowl contending team. They just lost freaking 3 in a row, and their GM went and got Chase Young. Like, you have to make these moves because the window is very, very small, especially in the NFL. And here are some of the trades that happened. I mean, Chase Young going for a third is just ridiculous. You see a couple of other moves. I think Donovan Peoples-Jones, it's a solid pickup for the Lions offense. But you see what I'm saying? Something minimal, even a little something, it shows a lot. Like, the Lions are rolling right now. Their offense is rolling. Adding another piece, like, it's just something. Like, these are teams that believe that they can actually do something when you're talking about, the 49ers and you're talking about the Lions. And hell, even Seattle making a freaking trade. Look at that. I mean, getting Leonard Williams for a second and a fifth, that's a lot of value there. But hell, they're making moves. Like, why couldn't Miami make a splash? It's a little bit disappointing, man.
Ezra Cleveland going for a 6th is basically the same price we paid for Claypool, man. It's irritating, dude.
And Claypool's not even on the field, dude.
Yeah, it's very irritating.
But I mean, hey, man, the beat must go on. We can't do anything about it now. It is a little bit of a gut punch. The good news is that we did get our boy back this Sunday, man, and that is Jalen Ramsey. As you see here, 89.0 coverage grade, 3 targets, 1 catch allowed, an interception. Probably could have took it to the house, and also a forced fumble, which is not listed on that. But Jalen Ramsey, man, first game back, me and you were kind of iffy, like, hey, let's not rush this man back. But oh my goodness, I mean, how great was it to see number 5 in a Dolphins uniform? How do you feel about Jalen Ramsey's debut?
Man, I was stoked. It hit me the morning of when I saw that they activated him, so I was pumped, dude. Mac Jones didn't look his direction all game long. Like Ramsey was just playing lockdown, dude. And I actually missed the interception live.
Oh,
My car took a shit on me this weekend, and I was actually attending to it at the moment of the interception. So I was pissed I missed that. But man, you look at the play, man. Ramsey is baiting. He just baited the hell out of Mac Jones, man. He's following his defender, and then right when Jones threw the ball, he shifted and picked him off, dude. That was awesome to see. It's a shame we didn't have Xavier Howard out there with him. I really wanted to see that, but I was stoked. It was a fun game at the field, man. And it's you got another big test coming this week for sure.
no, man, and I'm so excited to see Ramsey playing, man, to be honest with you. And just getting a pick that first game, it's unbelievable. I thought, he was probably gonna probably take some time to get a pick, but this dude just made an impact day one, and baiting him was exactly what he did on Mac Jones on that throw. I love to see it. And I just thought, honestly, I feel like he gave a lot of the other DBs confidence, man. Like for the most part, like our DBs held it down. Now I know we're going against Mac Jones and we're going against the Patriots offense that's kind of shaky to begin with. I think we'll get a better sample size this weekend for sure. But I just like that I like the presence that Ramsey brought, man. Getting that interception, but also it just seems like the vibe is different. It looks like the defense has more confidence. It looks like the defense is ready to take that next level. And regardless, they've been underperforming, but for the most part, this past week, it looks like they're held their own. You got a lot of positive signs, heading in. Wilkins, I thought he had a good game. We've been dying to see that. Bradley Chubb, you mentioned earlier, seems like he's getting a couple good games under his belt. And now, I feel like this Sunday is definitely the biggest test. Do you think that this defense is ready to take on this next step, even though they're down Xavier Howard, but with just Jalen Ramsey coming in?
I don't think we have a reason to say yes yet. I mean,
You
they
got to see
haven't
it.
really given it. I mean, I'm jumping on board of the narrative about you got to beat someone good to earn that kind of respect. I'm all for it.
Fair.
Granted, the Philadelphia game was very controversial and it was competitive, but it doesn't change the fact that our linemen got beat on their ass all game long. So, I think it's going to be the most competitive one out of the 3 tough teams we played so far. This was the one I had coming into the season. I had the Buffalo one as a win, but I did have us losing to the Eagles and going and upsetting the Chiefs. So it's gonna be a good one, but I don't think our defense is gonna have a great game. I think we're gonna rely on the offense a lot, but we'll see, man. But I'm excited for it for sure, especially going to Germany.
Yeah, no,
Gonna
big
be a good one.
test, big test for sure. So for the offense, though, the Dolphins winning the game Sunday, 31-17 against the New England Patriots. Defense kicked up. Bradley Chubb had a nice game. I'm happy to see him there. We talked about Ramsey. Now the offense, Tua finished with over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, threw an interception in there. Jalen Waddle, man, finally getting over 100 yards receiving. We talked about it on the podcast last week. When is he going to have that game? And he freaking had it. Also got into the end zone. Tyreek Hill doing Tyreek Hill things. Unbelievable, obviously. Already has over 1,000 yards through 8 games. Man, Jalen Waddle, man, how nice was it to see Jalen Waddle produce on Sunday? And also the whole offense. How do you feel about the offense?
No, it was a long time coming, man. I mean, it was finally great to see a big Waddle game, especially the last play touchdown he had. It was great. It was great to see. Tyreek was just doing what he does, man. There was a scary catch there in the
Yeah.
fourth. I don't know if you remember. It was in like the last 3 minutes. He got a catch for a first, and he got down on a really bad angle.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he avoided hurting his leg. But god damn, I think that's like the second. He had one like that against Detroit last year that scared the shit out of me. But man, like you can't ever be scared of this injury bug, man. Look at Kendrick Bourne. He torn his ACL against the Dolphins this week, and
Yeah.
it still goes around, man. So it's scary. But Tyreek was out there just doing what he does, and I was pleased with Tua. I was very pleased. What I don't know what he was trying to do there with that little fake and running into the defender. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
scared me there too. But the interception was pretty bad. That
Yeah.
was pretty bad. Um, like Duggar was just waiting for him right there. So I
Mhm.
mean, I wasn't too pleased with that. But you can't beat him up too much because he bounced back right away and threw a 50-yard touchdown to Tyreek. So I was pleased with the whole offense. Defense was great too, but I take it with a grain of salt because you're playing the Patriots. But it was a fun game for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Now we got to touch on this running game, though. Raheem Mostert finishing with 46 yards. He did get into the end zone, which he's done all season long. Which shout out to him for that. But the run game, man, Raheem Mostert. Now that's back-to-back games where he hasn't really had a big game. Jeff Wilson contributed 5 carries for 23 yards. This Dolphins running game. All right, now we've seen back-to-back struggling running performances. We know what A-Chain brought to the table when he was in the lineup. Are you concerned with this running back room now? It basically, are you on the fence saying like, hey, we need A-Chain because this is not going to be the running backs that's going to get us all the way to the Super Bowl?
I mean, I'm not too worried about it because the last two teams we played are really great against the run. So I'm not too worried about it. Plus, the line is completely crippled, and the line played a key part in our run game success early in the season, making key blocks all over the place. So I'm not too worried about it yet. Mostert was still out there making plays. But the line needs to get healthy. Connor Williams, you need to like he was active and he still didn't play. You need to get on the fucking field, dude. It's freaking annoying, dude. I'm even seeing people saying like the Dolphins are gonna lose Connor Williams next year because they're not gonna have enough money to sign him. Like I ain't paying him shit unless he gets out there and plays. So it's fucking annoying, man. He needs to get out there and play. We lost Win for extended period of time. I think we get Armstead back this week. We'll see. But the line needs to get healthy, dude, because the run game relies on them, and you can totally see that in the first few weeks.
And it sucks that we really can't have nice things, man. You finally get the offensive line grooving, creating holes, just doing wonders in the passing game. And then, of course, the depth starts to it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. Had a couple scares there as well with a couple of our other guys, man. Hopefully Armstead comes back. And I agree with you with Connor Williams, man. Like you have to be able to, put some performances in, especially when you're asking for a contract. I mean, the dude is awesome when he's on the field, but he's got to be on the field, man. So I'm with you on that. I do miss the hell out of A-Chain, though, man. I'm not gonna lie. I hope he comes back at
The
some
thing with
point.
Achan, man, is he is a special player, so I'm not trying to rush his return, and I think our run game can hold it down without him. I
Hmm.
think him coming back against the Raiders is perfect timing, and with how crippled that team is, I think it'll be a great bounce back game for him. So I'm cool with them taking their time on it on Achan because what he brought to the offense was extraordinary. So just do what you gotta do with Achan, man. But you need to get the line out there, like for real. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, man. But we are 6-2, first place in the AFC East, which is obviously great. We definitely sign up for that before the season if you tell us that we're going to be first place 6-2 through 8, and we're headed to our biggest game of the season to this point. This is our third opponent now that is pretty much up there, big time as far as the big time teams. We lost to Buffalo, we lost to Philly. You talked about the narrative. Everyone's saying we have not beat a good team. Right now, we're about to face a great team in the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they're not looking like the old KC Chiefs, but they have freaking Pat Mahomes. They did come off a loss against Denver, losing 24-9 on a bit of an upset. So they're looking to bounce back. Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins in Germany, man. How are you feeling about this matchup? I know you've been looking forward to this matchup. How you feel about this one?
I feel pretty good. Honestly, dude, I don't think there's any pressure on the Dolphins here because I think it's a lose-lose situation. I just tweeted about this before the podcast. You win this game, you're still not going to have respect. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, well, look what Buffalo did to them. Look what Philly did to them." It's not going to matter if you beat them. It's not going to change. So you just need to go out there and just play your game. You can't worry about the narrative. You know, you got to capitalize on the opportunity here. You're the away team. You're not playing at Arrowhead. The Dolphins have a strong fan base across the pond. You got to take advantage of this. The Chiefs are a team they can beat, dude. Look what Denver did to them.
Yep.
So you need to go out there and just punch them in the mouth and don't let up, dude. This is a perfect opportunity. Going 7-2 into the bye week, can't ask for anything more. You really can't.
Yeah, and I know Tyreek Hill has had this game circled. You know, he wants to beat his old team. You know, he wants to show out and have a big time performance. I think you're spot on, man. I don't think they should worry about the narratives, man. Just go out there and get the job done. Doesn't matter what people say. Don't do it for any credit. Don't do it for anything but getting yourselves a win and get yourself 7-2 going into the bye week. At some point in time, you know, we got to beat these good teams. And it doesn't matter when, bro, because if you keep winning the games you need to win and you keep having a record like you're having, you're gonna play good teams down the line. So it's all gonna even out. I think this is gonna be an awesome game. You mentioned what Denver did to the Kansas City Chiefs, and one thing I noticed is they ran the hell out of the ball, man. Like the Chiefs were giving up a lot of yards in the running game. I talked about the running game earlier. I think this might be a game where Mostert pops off because I think you're going to absolutely need that. You know, you pair that with Tyreek Hill having a big game, and I think the Dolphins, you know, could be in line for victory here, man. And I want to ask you this before we go into our predictions and all that. Do you think out of the three matchups, right? We saw what Buffalo did to us. We saw what Philly did to us. We know what the Chiefs are. Do you think that out of those three, the Chiefs are the most beatable team?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think, you know, I'll probably sound stupid for saying this, but right now, I think Buffalo is the most beatable team out of those three right now,
Right.
because they're not the same team they were when they beat us. But I will say this is probably going to be the best opportunity they get. Like I'm trying not to contradict myself here, but because Buffalo has not impressed me whatsoever. They should be 3-5. Argue it as much as you want. So I'm gonna say that Buffalo is probably the most beatable team right now, but this game is very winnable. You know, Denver has given Kansas City problems all year long, and we put 70 on them. That's just straight to the point. You got to go out there and capitalize on it. And you know, people say like, "Oh, we're gonna have a pissed off Kansas City team coming into this game." You know, I can't get on board with that.
Me neither.
I don't see Kansas City having fire like that. I don't know what it is. I know they're the defending champs, but like I was more intimidated of Philadelphia coming off a loss against us than I am with Kansas City.
Yeah.
Because Philadelphia is a rowdy home base, rowdy team, very physical. I just haven't seen that from Kansas City this year. Same with Buffalo. They're a very physical team. So I don't think the Chiefs being pissed off is really going to matter. So I'm just ready. I'm just ready for a very successful game. I think Tyreek's going to have the game of his life. So, and I even told you that in my schedule prediction. I have Tyreek going off for almost 200 yards.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I think Tyreek Hill is definitely, no doubt. I could see 200 yards incoming, bro. Like this dude, he can literally say he's gonna do it, and he can do it. It doesn't matter who tries to stop him. Like it really doesn't. I mean, he said that he was gonna go for 2K yards, and he's already well on his way. But I agree with you, man. I really do, man. I think this game is going to be a fun one, but I think you're right, man. I don't see this Kansas City Chiefs team being like, oh, you know, we're pissed the hell off. This is a must win for us. I really don't think they have that motor, and that's because of the success that they had. You know, they've been there, done that. They're in it for the long haul. I don't even think they're tripping off losing to Denver, to be honest, bro. And if they lose another one, they're like, hey, we're in Germany. Like, so the hell what? I believe they have a bye too after this. Like, if anything, they're looking ahead of the bye week.
Yeah, they could be. So, I mean, this is Miami's game to take. It really is.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be there for them, man. So let's go with our keys to victory for this big-time matchup. What are they?
Yeah, man, my first one's going to be the run game. I think you got to have like a game similar to the Patriots game in week 2. You got to run the hell out of the ball and take advantage of the opportunities they give you against the pass. They got a good passing defense, but I still think, you know, Tyreek's going to have his moments. So I'm ready. I'm all for that. My second key is containing Kelsey, man. You can't let that guy get loose. Pretty sure they're going to put Ramsey on him. So if you can get Xavier Howard back for this game, that's going to make me feel a lot better on our defense's capability of defending this team. So that's my second key. And my third key, it's going to be a key I pick every day, man. The line has to show up. They have to perform. If they don't perform, it's going to be a loss. That it's simple as that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have to say that, bro. You have
Yeah,
to say that, man. To be honest with you, even though the pressure that Kansas City does bring home is not really up there with the rest of those big teams, but the offensive line's got to perform, bro. It's literally what makes the
absolutely.
running game go, what makes the passing game go, and all of that. I love those keys to victory. I think you're spot on with every single one of them. I agree with all of those three. I definitely think the running game is definitely a big key. You saw what Denver did to this Kansas City Chiefs team. And I think that's a recipe. I think Tyreek Hill having a big game, that's part of your offense. That's part of what's just going to happen. I think he's going to be big time. Containing Kelsey, definitely, man. You've seen what I mean, I've been saying this, like, I don't have any confidence in us guarding tight ends. I'm always going to feel that way. And Kelsey is one of the best, man. So containing Kelsey, I'm with you on all those keys, man. I think those three things, like, you do those three things and you'll be, well on your way to victory. Another thing is I think you should dominate time of possession the best you can. Now I know we score and we score fast, we score on explosive plays, but a little bit, if you can just manage the clock a little bit better, try to get that ball away from Patrick Mahomes' hand as much as you can. I think you have to win the time of possession battle when it comes against a good team. And then don't make mistakes, man. Like when you're facing good teams, mistakes will literally haunt you, bro. Mistakes, I'm talking missed field goals. I'm talking about, a fumble on the other side of the field, like just little things like that, and penalties, man. Last time we played a big team in Philly, penalties got the best of us. It ended up throwing off the whole game. Having 10 penalties is not good. You're playing a good team. Don't shoot yourselves in the foot. I truly believe when it comes to playoff time and you're playing these type of good teams, they take advantage of that one mistake and that can haunt you. So play a clean game of football, dominate time of possession, no missed field goals, just do the little things, the fundamentals. And I think the Dolphins will be on their way to victory, man, to be honest with you.
No, I think that's an underrated point. Win the time of possession.
Yeah.
Uh, I think you if you can take the ball out of Mahomes' hands twice in terms of turnovers, you're going to be in really good shape.
Yeah, especially at the end of the game, dude. Like,
Yeah.
understand what Mahomes has done in the past. Like, dude, if it comes late in the game, you cannot let him get that ball with 2 minutes left or anything like that. Like,
Nope.
just end the game. And I like Mike McDaniel. Well, hit or miss, hit or miss. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I think this is the game where if you're going to give the ball back to Mahomes and it's a 4th-and-1 situation and you can end the game, I think this is where I side with Mike McDaniel and, like, just go put the game away, to be honest. Because if I think Mahomes will get it done, and that'll be the worst way to lose. But let's not even touch on that, man. Let's go on an X factor for
Hey,
this
but
game,
real
bro.
quick, I do want to say something to watch out for. This might be the first game. We'll see with the injury report, but this might be the first game where Fangio has a complete defense.
Hey,
So don't put it past Fangio to have a breakout game for sure. So
if
just want to say it.
if Xavier Howard plays, I mean, that would just be unbelievable just to see. Javon Holland missed the game this past Sunday,
He's
but if
coming back.
he's coming back for sure. Ramsey's playing. If Xavier Howard plays, man, that's gonna be awesome to see. I can't wait for that if that happens. I mean, I think he would suit up. It's in Germany. He's got the bye week the following week. What do you think?
I don't think it's up to him. I think it's up to the coaching staff. I think he could have played the last 2 weeks. If I'm honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play Sunday. Honestly, if he doesn't practice tomorrow, I'm going to say he's not going to play. Like,
Yeah.
the pattern we've seen, like if they have a DNP on Wednesday, they don't play. So if he's limited tomorrow, I think there's a good chance.
Okay, so let's see how that goes, because that would be awesome to see, honestly, having those two corners and Javon Holland back there against Patrick Mahomes. I'm freaking excited as hell for this matchup. It's gonna be a good one. You're gonna have to wake up
get up at 6
early
a.m. for it.
Ah, man, it's 9:30 my time. That's what, 6:30 your time in Cali?
Yeah, it's 6:30, man.
God damn, you're gonna be up for it?
Absolutely.
That alarm, man. Just make sure you
Yeah.
set enough in there, dude. Oh man.
I'll be up. Trust me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
Daylight
one, man.
savings too, so I'll get an extra hour.
There we go. There we go, man. Let's talk about X factors, man. Who is your one X factor of this game? Is it Tyreek Hill?
No, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna give it to someone who I haven't given it to yet. He's been a silent dominator for the Dolphins so far. He's been graded in the top 10 amongst linebackers the last few weeks. So I'm going to give it to David Long, man.
Ooh.
He's been balling out lately, and I think he's going to have a couple of key plays in this game. I think he's going to get a sack, and I don't want to get too bold to predict a turnover, but I think he's going to play an impact down the stretch in this game.
Okay, okay.
Tyreek's gonna do what he does every week.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's a
gonna I'm
given.
gonna I'm gonna give it to an underrated player right there, and that's David Long.
I like that. I like that, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with my dog Jalen Ramsey, man. I've been dying to say this all week. I didn't get to say it last week because I didn't think he was gonna play. This is my opportunity, and I'm gonna go ahead and pick him, man. I think he bounces. He keeps on doing what he does. I think he gets another interception out there. And like I talked about, the presence that he brings to the defense, man, that stuff is probably contagious. I'm gonna roll with that, and I believe that he's going to make an impact on that defense come this Sunday, man. I think he's just going to elevate everyone else's game and hopefully get another interception, man. I believe he could get one. Patrick Mahomes threw a couple to Denver. Maybe Ramsey will take one away. So I'm going with Jalen Ramsey, man.
All right. I'm all
All
for it.
right. All right.
I like
So
we're both defense. I like it.
no, hey, listen, I think me and you are both. I mean, we're okay with the offense. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like you're gonna get a pick here and there, okay, but Tua always bounces back, and for the most part, like we like what we see outside of the depth on the offensive line, but that's fine. For now, defense, defense, defense. That's what I believe is gonna bring us over the top.
That's what's gonna win you this game.
Ex-
Absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. So let's go with our scoring predictions, man. How do you see this game folding out?
Yeah, I see this game going down to the wire, and I think
Okay.
it's going to be up to the defense to seal it at the end. I got Miami winning this one 30-27.
Oh, that's a good game. That's a good
Yep.
game, man. I got a similar score. I think this game does go down to the wire as well. I think Tyreek Hill has a big game, which me and you both agree on. I mean, there is no way that he's not gonna bring it, man. I really do believe, like you said, you think 200 yards is a possibility here for Tyreek?
Oh, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
I think Tua's going to force feed him just because of it. Like I have at least 180 yards. Like I think he's going to go I think it's going to be like the Chargers game. Like he's going to go off.
Touchdown in there?
You, yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any way he's not going to shy away from this chance. He's going
Mhm.
to go. He is going to go off, and I don't really think their secondary can really guard him either. But like,
Mhm.
yeah, they are good against the pass, but I mean, they're not like they don't really intimidate me in containing Tyreek.
Yeah.
So like we'll see, and if they can, Waddle's going to be open. So I
Mhm.
mean, you got to take advantage. Tua's got to be ready too.
Pick your poison. Yeah, they got McDuffie out there, which is he's a pretty solid DB, but nobody out there that's like, oh yeah, Tyreek Hill should have any trouble with whatsoever. But
Yep.
I'm with you on the high scoring game, man. I have the Dolphins winning this one by a score of 34-31. Winning by 3. I think Tyreek has a big game, like we both talked about, like we both agree. I think Kelsey does have a huge game simply because we can't guard tight ends, and that's
Yep.
that's just how I feel, man. But I think the Dolphins get it done, man, and shut a lot of people up, even though, like you said, it probably won't do that. But it will be a huge statement, and it'll also be huge for us as Dolphin fans, man. Just
It
seeing
will. It will
see
absolutely.
seeing this team beat the Chiefs, go 7-2, and you let that marinate over the bye. You come back and then you take care of business once you come back. This would be a huge win. So me and Jacoby agree that the Dolphins win this game on Sunday. Um, Early start. Hopefully that is what happens. And I'm excited.
And
Hopefully it's
then
Xavier Howard plays.
like I saw this tweet. I'm like, I don't think you guys understand the potential of how great this day can be. You start off the game early in the morning. If you can like go toe to toe with an MVP candidate and the defending champs and beat them, and then Buffalo loses to Cincinnati on Sunday Night Football, that's a hell
Woo.
of a Sunday, dude. So this could be like the best day of the season. I'm telling you right now.
That's right. They play Cincy, and Cincy looks freaking good now. Like this is the
Yep,
Bengals team that we've been waiting to see lately.
absolutely.
So go Cincy, bro. Go Cincy on that.
Hmm.
So hopefully we see Xavier Howard. Hopefully the Dolphins get the win. It should be exciting stuff. We're gonna break it all down for you guys next week on the show, heading into the bye week. But let's any last words before we hop into our fantasy segment about the game, Jacob?
Nah, man. I want my team to do the talking, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
ready for
with you.
this one for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with
Because
you
like
on.
my expectations are right now, they're very low for this team going all the way. And this game can really diminish them for good for me. And I'll just say that right now. Like I sound stupid because this team's 6-2, but I'm on board with the narrative that this team hasn't beaten anyone good yet.
Yeah, no, they got to
So
do it. They got to do it.
yeah,
They got to
you
do
got to
it for
do it.
us. They got to do it for us, man. Do it for the fans, bro. Like,
Yep.
seriously, do it for the damn Dolphin fans that support your ass, that been with your ass through these 9-8 seasons, 8-8 seasons, all this stuff. Like, do it for us, man.
Absolutely.
Because you know what? The narratives might not affect the players, bro, but they sure as hell piss us Dolphin fans off. So win it
Yep.
for us, goddammit.
Absolutely.
But let's head on to this fantasy segment, man. I am struggling, bro. I am down from a 3-0 start to 3-5, bro. 5 losses in a row. I had a crazy game from DeAndre Hopkins. I'm thinking like I'm set, and I still end up with a loss. I'm struggling. Jacoby, how's your fantasy teams looking?
No, I'm gonna say to the guys that are in our league with us, like, who is going to stop me? Nobody is stopping me right now, dude. This is my fourth consecutive week of putting over 130 points, I believe. I won a close one. I won 132.68 to 131.22.
Sheesh.
It was by a difference of 0.30 last night, but I guess there was a stat correction. But I almost lost, but God, my team continues to be on a tear, dude. I'm 6-2. I've won 5 in a row in the league, and I got a lot of confidence in this team, dude, for sure.
I just checked to see if I play you this week, and I don't, thankfully, but because I see, yeah.
Thankfully, you're now that means you're gonna get CMC when you play me because he's got a bye week.
Oh man, so this probably would have been the best time to catch you,
Yeah.
man. Listen, I'm struggling. Like I'm reading through this now. 5 losses in a row. I cannot believe it, bro. I really can't, man. But hey, your stardom situms. It is time. Who do you like in the quarterback position this week?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good matchups this week for sure. My first guy on the list for stardoms is I'm going to go with Dak Prescott because he's simply going against the 30th ranked passing defense against the Eagles. The Eagles, man, they just cannot defend quarterbacks at all, man. Sam Howell having a day of his life last week, man. So I'm going to take Dak in this one, especially after CeeDee Lamb just put up 41 fantasy points. So I think you got to start Dak for this one. I think it's going to be a great game, great division showdown. And then my second stardom, I'm going to give him because he had a really rough start to the season, and he finally has the game the fans have been waiting for from his team last week, putting up 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now he's going up against the Bears, who are ranked 29th in the passing defense. Give me Derek Carr for my second start.
Oh, Derek Carr, and he needs to have a big game himself, man. I like the Dak Prescott one. Dak has been he's been playing a little bit better as of late too, and CeeDee Lamb as a target against Philly. I'm surprised because Philly has some solid pieces on defense. I'm surprised they're giving up so much yardage to the passing game.
Like I couldn't tell you, man. I'm assuming it's this new DC, but
yeah,
I couldn't tell you, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, yikes. But which quarterbacks are you avoiding this week?
Yeah, it's officially a shit show in Vegas, dude. I'm gonna sit down Jimmy G.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you would start him in the first place, but I've seen him in a lot of leagues. People having him on the team, so stay away from. I'd stay away from any Raiders player right now. Then the Jimmy G is going to be like the top of my list right there. And my second one is going to be Geno Smith. I hate the matchup so much. He's going up against the number 1 ranked passing defense in Baltimore. I hate the matchup so much, so I'm gonna stay away from Geno this week.
Damn, I got Geno, but yo,
of course you do.
That Raiders offense is so damn bad, bro. No matter who is under center, I'm surprised Devontae Adams didn't get dealt today, bro. Are you?
No, I didn't think they would. I just didn't see it happening at all.
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad he didn't because I feel like if he did, I feel like Buffalo was going to go after him.
Oh,
that would have sucked. So, but I didn't see him getting dealt at all.
Yeah, I'm happy he wasn't on the move, and I'm happy Derrick Henry wasn't on the move because I did not want to see that guy go to Baltimore or wherever. Oh my goodness, that would have sucked. But yeah, Raiders offense, stay away from Jimmy G, man. What about the running back position?
Yeah, my first guy on the list. This team's rolling right now, and it's concerning because they don't have Aaron Rodgers. But Brees Hall is going to be my number one going up against the Chargers, who suck against the run so much. And Brees Hall's the man over there, dude. Dalvin Cook isn't even present in that system right now. And Brees Hall has had 3 consecutive days over 20 fantasy points. So he's got a really good matchup in the Chargers. So he's going to be my first stardom. And my second stardom is going to be Raheem Mostert. I think he's going to have a good game against the Chiefs. I think they really got to emphasize the run game here. And don't put it by him to see the end zone maybe once or twice for sure.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, who are you avoiding?
Yeah, I'm avoiding Pollard. Philadelphia is ranked first also in run defense.
Oh yeah.
And Pollard hasn't been the running back we all expected to be so far fantasy wise. He's still putting up decent numbers, but put up only 6.5 against the Rams. So gonna stay away from Pollard, especially against that matchup. And then my second one, man, the Packers are just, they're so bad, man. Like I'm gonna put Aaron Jones on there again. I mean, like bad in like their run game. I don't like it. Aaron Jones hasn't been, despite week 1, has been that guy. So
Yeah.
stay away from him again. And we'll see. But he might not even might get out carried again by AJ Dillon. It's been happening, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I know you've been high on that man too. But it's, yeah, I mean, we're through 8 weeks, bro. Like, and we haven't seen anything to give us any signs of hope. So
Yep.
I think you're spot on there, man. What about the wide receiver position?
Yeah, I'm sure you can see this one coming. My number one, Tyreek Hill. I think he's gonna have the game of the week. I think he's gonna win player of the week. It's simple as that. I think he's gonna go off.
100%.
And then my second stardom is gonna be CeeDee Lamb. Worst pass defense again for the Eagles. Just put up 41. I wouldn't put it by him to have another huge game this week.
Absolutely.
Pretty simple stardoms.
Yeah, no, those are solid starts, and I think they have big time games, man. What about, who are the ones you're kind of dicey on?
Yeah, my second one, I'm going back to the Seahawks. I don't like Metcalf this week. I haven't really liked him all year. He's currently the wide receiver 44, and that's even with putting up more than 10 points in all but one game. But against this matchup, I don't like it. So no Metcalf for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of upset the way DK's been performing lately, man. Who else is on that list?
Yeah, and I also have Waddle. I don't have Waddle having a big game. I feel like it's going to be mainly going through Tyreek. He'll have a few catches there and there, but if Waddle didn't have the week he had this week, I would probably say try to get what you can for him because he has not been that wide receiver you drafted so early for.
Yeah, and he went like in this early second, right?
Early
Around
second,
there?
Sometimes in the first I saw. So
Yeah. That's
sure.
that's crazy, man. What about the tight end position?
Tight end stardom. You know this one, Travis Kelce.
I knew it.
I think he's gonna lead all tight ends this week. Even the Miami wins, I think he's still gonna have over 25 fantasy points for sure.
Okay. All right.
And,
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and my second tight end is I think the new tight end 1 in Buffalo, Dalton Kincaid, had a great game against Tampa. And I think he's going to continue going on this hot streak. He's scored over 15 in the last 2 games. And Cincinnati is ranked 31st in defending tight ends. So give me Kincaid for this one.
Yeah, Kincaid is it was only a matter of time before he started to get going, and he definitely is, man. What about the tight ends that you're avoiding this week?
Yeah, I have Njoku going up against Arizona, who are surprisingly ranked second against tight ends.
Wow.
But Cleveland's quarterback situation is just bugging the hell out of me. Njoku did have a solid game against Seattle, but even if Deshaun comes back, I feel like he's going to be a little rusty, and I don't think he's going to find his targets very efficiently. So I'm going to stay away from Njoku and Logan Thomas simply because he's going up against the Patriots, who always have great defensive schemes. I don't like starting. I really don't like starting anyone against the Patriots that are a little iffy or already don't see a limited amount of touches. So Logan Thomas, I'll stay away from.
Okay, solid, man. I like those stardom sit-ems, bro.
Yep, take the advice as you will. I hope you guys win your matchups. But I got a big one this week, so we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's 6-2 over here, bro. He knows what the hell he's talking about,
man. I should be undefeated, bro.
Come on,
because
bro.
I benched Achane in 2 weeks. I lost, dude, and he put up over 40 points.
And then, of course, once you're ready, then he goes on IR.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's crazy. You're 6-2, and then wait till he comes back. You're even gonna be better, which is crazy, man. we touched on a couple things. I have a special thing I want to do next week because we do have a bye week, so we have a little bit of a fill week coming up. I do want There's a lot of different headlines going around surrounding a lot of teams, so I'm really
Yeah.
curious to get your thoughts on them. So I'm gonna save that though, but I want to ask you a lot of questions about some certain teams. The Cleveland Browns being one with Deshaun Watson, and all of that stuff. But I do want to
Sure.
ask your thoughts on this damn Jets Giants game. Did you see the ending to that? What the
I
hell
did
was
see
your
the
thoughts
ending
on
to
that?
that, man. That was an epic choke job, dude. Like Saquon gave up the first down. Like I didn't understand it. Like he could have easily gotten that first down. So that was irritating, but it's I hope they lose to the Chargers, but if they don't, the Jets are here, dude. They're gonna be fighting for a playoff spot just as much as anyone else. And I'm getting sick and tired of this fucking Aaron Rodgers shit. He's like that. They're expecting him back. Like, dude,
Yeah,
stop trying to be Superman. Like, nobody gives a fuck about your ability to come back quicker. I am a fan of you. Don't injure yourself even more. Like, you need to do what's best for you. Like, I sincerely think if he comes back this year, he's going to re-injure himself. I'm sick and tired of this Superman bullshit. Just fucking rest and rehab, dude. Your health is more important than just going for this narrative that you're invincible. It's so you can't convince me that this man is overcoming an Achilles injury in record timing fast when other like I just don't buy it. I don't buy it at
yeah.
all. I just
I'm
feel like he's very impatient and he just wants to get out there. I'm like, dude, I love Aaron Rodgers. I always have. Put your health first. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, bro. And you keep hearing of this chatter, man, saying like Aaron Rodgers is, hey, the goal is still the goal. The goal is still to come back. And I just think it's freaking crazy. Like I don't see it happening. I don't see how that's smart. But hey, if he wants to go bring his ass down, then come on, we'll be waiting for him,
I
bro.
just
I'm
hope the
not
Jets
worried.
get as much. I hope the Jets get as much hate as we did for letting Tua go out and play because that would be careless in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
you
They
just
won't.
you can't you can maybe try it with an ACL, but you can't fuck around with Achilles injuries, dude. You
Right.
really can't.
Right. It's crazy, especially a older quarterback like that. But hey, I mean, it is what it is, bro. But back to that Jets and Giants game, man. I thought it was crazy. I mean, you see them get the sack on the turnover on downs. You think the game's over. I'm over here like, oh my god, like the you guys like Jets suck, bro. And then all of a sudden, I look back up and they're getting the ball back. Well, they're going for this the field goal on 4th and 1. I'm like, oh, what if the Jets get a good jump on this? And they did, and I think he kind of shanked that kick on purpose on 4th and 1 there, and you have Saquon Barkley. I mean, wouldn't you go for it in that situation?
I would like it's
Yeah,
just
like what the hell? Put the game
I don't know,
away.
man. It was very frustrating. But the fact that it was a 7-10 game, like I don't really have the faith in New York keeping the streak going. I really hope the Chargers beat them next week, but we'll see, dude. But that defense is going to be a challenge for Miami. I think it's going to be probably a top 2 challenge for them this year for sure.
Yeah, but the Jets have some easy ones coming up, man. They also have the Raiders coming up on their schedule.
Yep,
The
so do we. So we just got to keep winning, win
Yeah,
the games you're
so
supposed to.
exactly. Just worry about us, but I definitely wanted to hear your thoughts about that.
Yeah,
So I want to ask you our Thursday night matchup, man. Got a little bit of a weird game here. You got the Tennessee Titans with Will Levis out there. Hopefully, he's going to be the starting quarterback. Hearing some noise over there. Um, and I don't know if Vrabel's a fan. I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of weird stuff. I don't know if you looked into that. They're going against the Steelers. Who do you like in this matchup? Who do you think wins this game?
man, this is battle of the mid. I don't plan on watching this game at all, but I'm gonna take the Titans over on this one, I guess. I'll have them win this game. I'll just give them a score of 27-10. I'll go that way. I'm not really sold on Pittsburgh. I think the Titans got really something rolling right now, and I think they'll have a good game, but I don't plan on watching this game at all.
Yeah, this is battle of the mids. Well, did you hear about what's going on with the Vrabel and
I have
Levis?
not actually.
Yeah.
Your first time hearing about it, so
No, yeah, so Levis went off and everything like that, and apparently there's like a whole bunch of Titan fans like news circulating that Vrabel wasn't giving him credit after the game and the presser. He was just talking about everyone else but him, and he was kind of dry when he like passed by like Levis and instead of like good job man, it was kind of like it was kind of like a Flores Tua situation thing going on there.
Yeah.
And there's kind of rumors, surrounding that he would go with Tannehill if he's available to start over Levis. And I'm like, oh, I wanted to know your thoughts on that, bro. You think that would be crazy if he does that?
It would be crazy. Like,
Had a
Tannehill just
good
don't have
game.
it anymore.
Nah, he's
Tannehill
done.
don't have it anymore. You got just let the rookie ball out, man. I don't see the Titans making the playoffs. Just let your rookie ball out. Give him his chance. Like that's
Uh,
the way I see it.
yeah. But yeah, battle of the mid, man, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Steelers are at home. I like their defense and everything. I have picked the Steelers in a lot of my bets when they're at home. I do like their defense, and I think they're a good coach football team. But I also think Tennessee is well coached as well. And I just think Tennessee has the momentum right now. I'm rolling with the same pick as you. I'm going with the Titans to get this game. They're underdogs. I don't understand how. I don't understand why, but I'm going with the Titans, man. Derrick Henry. I'm going with Levis. He's shown that he could get the ball to Hopkins. He had a freaking huge game, and I think they ride that momentum, man. And I think the Tennessee Titans get the job done and probably win by at least a touchdown, man. So I'm with you on that.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, but I can care less.
Yeah. So you're not watching that game.
I'm not.
No.
But my Kings aren't even playing that night. But I mean, I know I have no desire to watch that game.
Hey, man. Outside of NFL related, bro, your Sacramento Kings. How about
Sir.
that big win in LA?
It was good, man. It was good. Good
our
win. I was there. Overtime thriller. Got the
haha,
Warriors tomorrow without Fox, so that's gonna be tough. But they're looking good, man. They're looking good. They're rumored that they're gonna make a big trade this year, so we'll see. But glad to be back in the building. It's been fun so far.
nice, man. Nice, man. I've been watching, bro, and I love that performance
Hey,
on
Foxy, man. He
that.
Foxy's a sleeper MVP pick. To be honest with you, dude. Like
I
if
see it,
he keeps it up like this, don't
dude.
count him out for it.
Dude, this game on Sunday, man. I mean, this is an NFL show, but I gotta share. I gotta share with the people, man. We saw the glimpses of Fox on the playoffs, right? I mean, we've seen it, me and you. But
Yeah, we've seen Fox.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the playoffs is a different thing now. So when you're able to ball like that in the playoffs, it's like, yo, Fox is really him, and they're keying in on him, and he's still delivering these 40-point performances, 30-point performances. Now it's a next year after that. All right. How are you gonna look, bro? Like his confidence with the 3 ball, bro. I'm like, yo, like Fox is really like, yo,
Yeah.
he's here now, bro. Like this is the shit that me and you've been waiting for. And I'm freaking fired up for you guys, man. So shout out to your Sacramento Kings, bro.
It's been
Real talk.
awesome, dude. I'm ready for it. Being a season ticket member now, I'm even more stoked for it. So
let's fucking go, Jacob. Make a move. Keep getting the wins and keep riding, bro. You've been waiting for this all your life, bro. Enjoy this damn moment.
Yep.
Enjoy it, bro.
More than the Dolphins, dude.
you guys deserve this stuff, man. But football talk though. Hopefully the Dolphins win this Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. I appreciate you guys tuning in on the chat. Appreciate you guys showing up. Hit that thumbs up button to support the show. Me and Jacoby both have the Dolphins winning this Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. Jacoby, any final words before we head off to Germany?
Yeah, man. Just let's go. Let's shut them up and let's go into the bye week at such a high time, man. Let's do it.
Get that win for us, Dolphins, please.
Yes.
Catch you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Go Dolphins.